Hello Revit users and ambitious architects or engineers. Today we're gonna model a simple modern house. This one. So let's open up Revit and let's create a new Revit model. This time we're gonna use metric architectural template because I want to have all the different windows and doors families already loaded. At any time during this process, you can always download additional families for doors, windows, and etc. to have more fancy ones, created more in a detailed way. But at this time, we're gonna create this house using the sample families that are created within this default Revit template. So to begin with, let's import this picture in our project under the level 1. Let's import image. Let's navigate to that picture that I do have downloaded. Here it is. So, okay, it says that the width of this building is 20 feet, and as far as I know, it is approximately 6 meters. So let's scale it up. The scale you can find it over here. You can use graphical scale or numerical scale. In this case, graphical scale will do the job. So I'm going to select the width of this building. No need to be a perfectionist, no need to be direct on the spot, but approximately. Okay, so let's type it in 6 meters or 6,000. Revit will understand it. Okay, so here. Now I want to create floors and walls for this building. So I want to create 3 different floors. So I'm going to create one floor for these terraces, outside floors. I want to create one floor for a bathroom, which is going to be like tile or something. And I have a different material for the, let's say, this living room, kitchen, slash, I don't know, office room, let's say. Okay, so let's go to architectural tab. Let's navigate to floors. And let's edit the type before we create it. Let's duplicate it, and this one's gonna be VC floor. Probably it will be more smarter to create the type which would be named according to the material, the pattern of the material, but for this moment the name of the room will do the job. Let's change the structure of it. So let's insert additional layer. I'm not concerned about the material of the structure because I'm gonna create the plan views and I'm not gonna be the structural material will not be visible at these plan views, so I'm not concerned about it. In reality, you probably create additional different layers, but at this moment we're just creating a architectural model. Yeah, so let's create only one additional layer, which is gonna be like flooring. Let's change the function and let's change its material. Here you can scroll down to select the different materials. You can even search for them, and it's gonna open the additional libraries that Revit provides you. You can always download additional materials. You can create one. At this moment I'm gonna create additional material actually, and I'm gonna rename it, let's say VC tiles. I will do the job probably. And here I'm going to change the surface pattern foreground to crosshatch. That's going to be the pattern that I'm going to see in the plan view. So that's going to be just fine for me. You can change the color transparency. You can even upload the image over here. You can change how it, let's say like this, you can change different how it is represented in here. Highlights, glossiness, transparency, reflectivity, everything is in here. So yeah, you can browse through these different options and settings to get familiar with. So okay, VC tiles, that's gonna be perfect for me. Don't forget to the thickness, let's say 20 millimeters, and yeah, it will do the job. So let's create it first of all to see if it works the way I would love to. It's gonna be in the level 1, perfect. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Now let's create one for this whole rest of the building floor. Let's navigate to the floor tab. Let's edit the type, duplicate it. Let's say living space 4. Let's edit the structure. Let's change the material. Let's create new one. This one's gonna be living room flooring. And I want to change its pattern. This one looks actually interesting. Let's go with this one. Then let's not be that picky at this moment. I just want to show you the main idea of what you can achieve. Let's, something like this. Okay, that looks perfect, actually. And now let's create floors for terraces. Let's navigate again to floors, edit type, duplicate, terrace. It's gonna be just fine. And let's say terrace flooring. Let's change this pattern to vertical lines like this. You can change the spacing of those lines actually if you would like to, and the rotation angle, I mean, but it will do the job. Everything is customizable according to your standards, needs, desires. You can use Align tool, which is over here, or the shortcut AL. Select the element's reference plane or face to which you want to align the element, and just simply click it. Here you go. Hit OK, and let's create another one. Floor, like this. Perfecto, let's align it again. Here you go. All right. Those are going to be our floors. Before we create walls, let's go to elevation. Let's change the elevation. I don't want them to be that high. I want to be like, it's more of a standard height of the floors. Let's don't be greedy. Something like this will do the job. Okay, so now I don't see the picture, right? But I want to be seen, so I'm gonna use visibility graphics and I'm gonna change the transparency of it. You can go to View, Visibility Graphics, or you can use the shortcut pressing double time V, and go to the floors. Let's change the transparency. Let's say 83% is just fine. Now the walls are visible, the whole picture is visible. Yeah, and I'm gonna create 3 different type of walls. Actually, no, it's 6 meters, because my guts of a structural engineer says that this wall should be as well bearing wall, but it's only 6 meters, so it's gonna be just fine to create only exterior walls and interior walls, 2 different types. Okay. Let's go to Architectural tab, navigate to Walls, and let's edit the type again. Let's create Exterior. I'm not going to be concerned about the structure thickness and material. I'm going to be concerned only about exterior side and interior side sheeting, let's say. Let's change it to substrate or membrane, whatever. On the exterior side, I want to create a new material, which is going to be facade, I don't know, siding. I think I'm just sticking to the basics, guys. I'm not creating any fancy materials. If you want to have like render it, a beautiful coloristic kind of view, you would probably import the images over here. You would download some kind of a different patterns and use it, but Here I'm using just the basic sample families, and that's going to be just fine for me for the, let's say, for the beginning, just to understand the possibilities. That's not the thicknesses. Okay, this is going to be gypsum wallboard. That's pretty standard. Or at least I think so. And let's duplicate and create interior one. And for interior one, I'm definitely gonna reduce the structure thickness to, let's say, 90 millimeters. Okay, 95. And let's create the same. You can simply copy the material and paste like this. And it's gonna be for interior walls. In reality, yeah, it's gonna be like different, a bunch of different layers, materials, membrane layers, and etc. But don't take for granted what I create over here. It's just for the learning. It's a learning material. Let's say how to get used to Revit. Okay, let's create walls. Let's go with the exterior walls first. Here it is. Let's create top constraint to level 2, and I want it to be created not along wall center line, but I want it to be finish face exterior. Yeah, that's the way how I want it to be created. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, what's happened with this wall? Yeah, that's better. And now let's create another walls. The shortcut is WA for the walls. And let's change to interior. Sorry, interior. And now let's go with the wall center line. Perfect. Perfect. Another one. And here. Something like this. Yeah. Let's see how it does look in a 3D view. Okay, that looks just fine. Okay, so now I want to create a second layer, a second floor floors. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna select the floors like this. I'm gonna copy them to clipboard and paste the selected levels. Let's go to level 2. There they are. But I want them to be on the interior side of the walls. So I'm just gonna select the floors and just simply drag to the desired side of the walls. Don't attach, please. And let's do the same for this floor as well. Here you go. Don't attach. Then that's perfect. Okay, but those walls, they should be attached to this kind of detached target. Okay, yeah, I want it to be something like this, and then I'm gonna change Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so we'll take a look into that later, but now let's copy those walls as well. All the walls, copy them. Let's paste to selected level. It's going to be level 2. It's going to be like this. And let's create a roof. Let's select level 3. Let's pick walls. This one, this one, this one. And let's simply draw a line over here. So I only want to have slope between those two walls, so I'm gonna untick the mark which defines this roof slope over here, and I want to increase the slope to, let's say, 40 degrees over here, and let's create it. Okay, so it looks a bit too high. Let's lower the offset minus, let's say, yeah, that's perfect. Let's select the walls. Let's attach it to roof. Sorry, let's attach the roof base. Here it is. Okay, I see we have a misalignment over here. Am I right? Let's use align button. Let's align to, okay, yeah. And let's go do the same for the second floor. That's perfect. I actually want to have the same material for the roof as well, so it's going to be like vertical siding through the whole house. Let's edit the structure. Let's insert additional layer. And I'm gonna be facade siding. Side, do you remember? Huh. Okay. It always stays vertical. That's interesting. I thought it's gonna be sloped. Okay. Let's delete it for now. And just leave it as it was. Okay, so let's go back to the first level and let's create stairs. I'm not gonna create this kind of a stair because it doesn't look for me that it's the most appropriate way how to treat your space that you have limited in your house. So I'm gonna create just stairs that is gonna go like this. Basically, if you want to create these kind of stairs, you could use U-shape binder, or you can use like kind of this way, but you can see how much space it takes, right? So for me, it looks like this is more appropriate way how to create stairs, or at least at this moment. And I don't want to have this railing, so maybe I can just simply delete it. Yeah, that's perfect, because I'm gonna attach, yeah, like this. That's perfect. Well, at least I think so. So wait a minute, it should be something like this. Yeah, so we have some space to enter the staircase, right? That's perfect. In the level 2, I would have to create an opening. I can use edit boundary like this, or I can use an opening. Let's say shaft, which would be something like this, probably. Let's edit the sketch. Yeah, just not that high. That's perfect. We can use the section box to take a look how does it look. Okay, as I said, I don't need this railing over here. That's perfect. Well, at least I think so. Okay, so far so good. Now let's take a look at our house. And okay, they do have these kind of a huge windows over here, wall, and another one window which leads to the toilet over here. That's quite interesting. Unusual solution, but and in front of it they have this kind of a columns, kind of a siding over here. So let's create that as well. Okay, let's go to the Revit and let's use our sample window families. let's duplicate it and let's change it to, it's gonna be like 2 meters something, and the width is gonna be 2 meters as well, probably. We'll see how it will look. And let's create doors as well. I think that's perfect. It should be more on the right side. And actually, I would love them to be aligned like this. That's perfect. I used tab to select different reference and used align tool. The shortcut, as I mentioned you before, AL. Yeah, that looks quite nice. And actually, I want to duplicate it. No, not duplicate, but create similar and put it over here. But this one is going to be way smaller. Well, in the terms of height, let's say like this. But in terms of width, it's going to be bigger. Okay, that's not a problem. We can intersect, and I want it to align the same way. I want it to be a bit lower. Okay, I want this to be the same width. So in order to measure it, let's go and create a section view. You can press section over here. And that's going to be perfect. Just drag the section view like this. And now you can use dimensioning. What's the dimension? 3131. Okay, that's perfect. 3131. Let's rename it as well to 3131. And let's align it. Now that's something quite similar, let's say. Now let's create, oh, I forgot an additional window over here. Let's go to window. Let's edit the type. It's going to be the same height actually, but a different width. The width will be, let's say, 800. That's perfect. Use align tool as well. Align them together. It should be more on the right side, like this. And in front of it, we're gonna create this kind of a siding with columns. Let's go to the level 1. Let's drag it aside so we can have more clear view over here. Let's go to architectural columns, column architectural, and let's edit its type to, let's say, duplicate it to 80 by 80. We'll see how it will look. Oh, sorry, 80 by 80. Yeah, that's. I think that will do the job. Let's align it, and now let's copy it. Or we can use maybe a right tool. Yeah. Now click to enter to my start point. So actually to somewhere over here. Let's increase the number to okay. Ungroup these elements and let's just simply copy them. Yeah, by, let's say, 140. Yeah, that looks perfect. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think those two are too much because I'm gonna create the same wall over here. Just align it and align it like this. Let's take a look how it looks like. Okay, that's perfect. We can select this one. We can select all instances in the entire project. Ah, okay, sorry. Okay, that's what happens. Let's model groups, and let's ungroup them, let's delete them. So we actually created our array. Let's select all instances. Let's attach the base. Join elements. That's fine. Wait a minute. Why do not? The column's already attached and there. So. Huh, that's interesting. I thought they're gonna be. Maybe it's because of the. Let's take a look. If we reduce the slope. Attach the base and attach it again. Interesting. I thought they're gonna be cut by slope actually. But anyway, and let's copy this and paste this at level 2. And then let's attach the base like this. Let's change the graphic display option to smooth lines. Let's add some ambient shadows. Yeah, it looks quite similar in terms of a concept, let's say. Okay. Let's delete this section actually. Yeah. Let's see what we else missing. We're missing the walls in the second floor. Let's copy this picture and let's paste in the level 2. Let's go to level 2 over here. And let's create those walls. Shortcut WA. Let's go with interior walls. Let's create them. Actually, we can copy those two walls and paste the selected levels to level 2 because they're going to be the same one. Let's use section box. I really enjoy this tool of Revit, section box. Take a look at the walls that I do have. Okay, they do have this additional wall over here. So we can create it like this. Wait a minute. The height level 2 to unconnect, and then we're gonna change the top offset of this, the top constraint of this wall to the roof actually. Attach the base, yeah, like this. Perfect. Okay, and we have additional walls. So this is gonna be we're gonna rearrange it a bit. So this is gonna be like a second floor, let's say kinda like, actually like this. Probably it's gonna be even better. Yeah. Okay, have duplicate walls. Okay, that looks perfect. Let's create some doors. So we do have one over here. Let's create them that you can like this. Kind of nonsense second floor room spaces, but it doesn't matter at this moment. Yeah, so we can place components like desks. It's probably better to download additional components or families from internet, like chairs, toilets, or whatever. You can also load some families that they sometimes they do have in these folders over here by default. I'm not installed them, so I would need to load them. But yeah, so you basically understood the whole point of how it is created. All right, so let's add some windows actually on the sides. Okay, so one in here, one bigger, and one bigger over there. Right, and that's gonna be it probably for this time. Let's create windows. Let's use the big one, this one in here, and the same. Let's take a look in 3D view. Let's align it the same height. Wait a minute. Now I'm gonna 1.4 meters. So I'm gonna duplicate it and create 1.4 meters. Height 1.4 meters. And now I'm gonna align it to this one. Like this. Yeah. That's perfecto. Actually, they both should be a bit lower. Let's move them down a bit. Yeah, something like this. And I think, yeah, they do have this kind of a small roof above the entrance. So let's create it on the second floor. Let's use floor actually, and let's create it like this. Don't attach the walls. Let's take a look. Oh, that's perfect. Actually, I would need to change the material of the roof as well for this, but it will do the job over here. Let's create similar window over here. Let's align them together using the sides. Whoa, what happened? Perfect. And I think I'm missing some windows over here, but yeah, it's only in the second floor as it looks like. So let's create one here and one in here. Let's align them together as well. Let's introduce some symmetry in our house, and let's align the height. Perfect. Okay, let's go to the level 1. We can even create actually a camera view, a perspective view like this for our building. Just take a small sneak peek how it does look. Let's change the graphic display option to smooth lines. You can change to realistic. This is where the whole patterns, materials, and colors are involved, but at this moment I'll go with the hidden lines, smooth lines, and I'm gonna even cast shadows. Let's see how it will. Okay, so cast shadows maybe is too much, but Or actually no, it looks nice. So here it is. Yeah, let's go to level 1. Let's delete it. We can even use some annotation over here. Let's create let's say let's go to annotate. Why I'm not able to select anything. Let's, by the way, let's turn off the transparency. Okay, aligned. Okay, so for example, let's add some dimensions over here. We can even use entire walls and wall faces, for example. Let's check, let's click the interior. Wait a minute, wall faces, faces of wall faces, individual references. Change options to openings, widths, intersecting walls. Now it's better. You can drag out the ones that are overlapping each other. You can change the scale. That looks better. Let's create another one like this, like this. That's perfect. Let's go to the second level. Let's go the same way. I'm not too much concerned about dimensions. You can always modify them, but for this moment it's going to be perfect. Let's create our section view somewhere here. Let's change the, yeah, let's take a look how it will. Let's change again the scale, detail layout, fine. Let's take a look at our elevations. Wait a minute, something's wrong with slope. Yeah, I don't remember. Changed it. Sorry. No, that's perfect. Okay, let's go through these elevations. We can even create the template. Let's create one actually. Template. I forgot how to modify the template. Manage object styles. No. Okay, now let's change to detail, define. Let's go to the model display, smooth lines. Okay, shadows should be over here. Yes, show ambient shadows. Let's go to annotations and turn off the sections, and let's leave the levels. The levels are fine. Okay, didn't turn off the sections, not section boxes. Yeah, that's better. Now let's go to the east. Let's apply the same view template, then the main elevation. Yeah, that's perfect. Now let's create a sheet. So let's create a sheet for our shop drawings, not shop drawings, but basically architectural drawings. And you can simply drag all the views over here. Let's crop the visibility of our views. Annotation crop. Something like this. Perfect. Turn this off. Now let's drag down the second one. Let's apply the same procedure. Let's crop the view. That's perfect. Level 2. Oh, let's change the scale. Let's make them even. Perfect. And let's add our 3D view. Not this one, but this one probably. Yeah, the nice one. And an elevation over here. And here you go. We created a building, we created views, introduced you to materials, patterns, how to create sheets, basically drawings. I hope it was content for you guys. Yeah, see you later.